Rwanda, and particularly President Kagame, have given us an opportunity to save mountain gorillas. The ceremony, it's pushing a much bigger investment in conservation across this country.
With the support and in partnership with Howard Buffett Foundation, it's working very well. He gets results.
He is a great friend of Rwanda and a key partner in Rwanda's conservation efforts, Mr. Howard Buffett.
Your Excellency, President Kagame, my fellow Rwandans, it is good to be here. 20 years ago, I sat just down this hill and we rolled out a map. And we were studying how could the government best protect these mountain gorillas. That meeting led to a long partnership with our foundation and for me personally. They're just kind of a magical animal. Mountain gorillas don't exist in zoos. If you want to see mountain gorillas, you have to go to them. I don't know anybody who's seen the mountain gorillas who hasn't just come away and gone, wow, that's amazing.
It's important thing keeping the good health of the gorillas. When you are helping in conservation, you are at the same time helping tourism. We are seeing tourism grow very fast here in Rwanda. And part of the attraction to many across the world is also that aspect of conservation.
The gorillas in Volcanoes National Park is without a doubt what we call, it's a key tourist attraction, it's an anchor. And so that brings the tourists in. But once you got them here, you want to ideally be able to keep them in the country. And that's where Akagera National Park is so important.
One of the things that the Rwandans did, which was very smart, is they looked at Akagera Park and they said, look, we're missing key things. The government made conservation a national priority and allocated more land for the park. But they also recognized they needed to get poaching under control.
In 2010, poaching was rampant. Already the rhinos had been wiped out and lions had been poisoned. We were losing buffalo and hippos very fast, about 5 a week. The Buffett Foundation gave us a means to track potential poachers. These are highly trained dogs for rapid response. With the K9 team, we've reduced the amount of poaching significantly, but they also meant that we could secure the park even better to bring the rhinos in a few years later.
We worked with African parks to bring back rhino.
We moved 18 animals. I mean, you're talking about hiring, a Boeing 777 in order to be able to pack these things into it and fly them all the way up from South Africa. 2.5 hours of road was lined with school children. So happy to see rhino back again. It was about also restoring the dignity and the pride that Rwandans have in their park.
If you can say to somebody, look, you can come see lions and elephants and rhino, and then the next day you can go trek and see the mountain gorillas. It's something that Rwanda can offer that is almost unique in the world.
Tourism can put a country on the map in a way that otherwise it wouldn't be. Kagame, I think, was one of the first people to realize that if you use tourism properly, it can be a tremendous assistance to developing the whole country. People sometimes, recoil at it because they look at the problems of the poorest people in the community and say, well, those should come first. But in the end, you won't deal with any of these problems and you won't develop the country unless you put it on the map and make it a place where people with higher incomes are prepared to come and prepared to invest and want to be.
Today, tourism, it employs about 100,000 people in the country. Now, to add on to all of that, how do you maximize tourism between Rwanda and Congo? Because Virunga is one huge national park that is shared by the two countries.
It's the only place in the world where you can see mountain gorillas. And so when the DRC side and the Rwandan side of Virunga can really develop cooperative tourism together as two countries, they both win.
When our visitors come in Volcanoes National Park, especially when they climb the highest volcano, which is the Karisimbi, they see Nyiragongo on the other side, which is an active volcano. And they ask how to get to Congo. We are working together with our neighbors how to make it easy for the access road.
One of the challenges, if you're going to go from the gorilla trekking in Rwanda to the Congo side, you have to drive over these difficult roads. And you have to drive several hours down through to Goma, and then you have to drive all the way back up to Rumangabo. It's a day just to make the trip. By working on the roads that we're working on, you'll be able to easily move from Rwanda into Congo and Congo into Rwanda.
The fact that we're going to have a very good road also means that it's going to be more secure, it's going to be convenient, and it's going to facilitate movement between borders, which is something that we encourage.
One of the challenges on a continent like Africa is if you can't develop regional markets and regional trading, you are very limited in what you'll ever achieve. So we've started the project working on the border crossing between those two countries. The idea came from this one time. We were crossing from the DRC side back to the Rwandan side, and we just kind of thought, this has so much opportunity for commerce and for tourism, but who would want to come here? I mean, when you cross at that border, you don't even know who the guards are, and you don't know, why they're asking you for $40. I mean, you don't know, there's this uneasiness. What if you took all that away? What if you professionalized it and made it a clean environment? But also, we thought, this is something that you can do that brings DRC and Rwanda together. It's a project that is rare that way.
With all the troubles in our history, there is one constant. There are always people moving back and forth across the border. It has never stopped. Even at the height of problems in the past, people are still crossing the border.
Mr. President, Howard, dear colleagues, friends from Rwanda and the DRC, this is a very important day. We have here just inaugurated a fantastic facility. It is a connection between the people on both sides. So thank you very much.
Thank you. I don't think we could do this anywhere else in Africa. It really says a lot about the Rwandan people and the Rwandan leadership.
All the best.
All right. Thank you, sir. When I sat down with the president in Gambia a few years ago, one of the first things he says is, "Where are you going next?" I said, "To Rwanda," and he says, "We want to be like Rwanda." That speaks volumes.